Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here, our guest, and if anyone's joining us online. It is now 5:47, and we'll go ahead and call this regular board meeting to order. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So we all have the agenda before us. Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda as presented?
I so move.
Is there a second?
I second.
All in favor of adopting the amended agenda, right, Jenny? No? Oh, as presented. Please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, 4-0 vote. So moving on to staff, students, and school recognitions. We'll hand it over to Superintendent Larios.
Well, thank you, and thank you for this opportunity. It's no secret that every month that the board, we have an opportunity to recognize staff, students, individuals who have made extensive contributions to the district. And this month, we'd like to start a new tradition where we recognize and celebrate those board members whose term has come to an end. And so tonight, I want to take some time to recognize Nomi, Courtney, and Lisa, and publicly thank you for your service on the school board. The work of the board is very key and instrumental to the leadership of the district. And I think sometimes the general public thinks that the work only happens on Tuesday meetings, on these nights and these events, but the work that you do is countless hours of dedication, of service, of reading through reports, deliberating with complex issues, and grappling with some deep, big decisions that need to be made. And so your work is greatly appreciated, and the service that you've done for the district is very valuable and needs to be commended. And so we wanted to take this opportunity to publicly thank you. Thank you, all of you, for your service and what you've brought to the district. Your dedication has been valuable, and the service that you've provided will be remembered for many years to come, and the impact that you've made to our current generation of students and the generations in the future. So thank you. And so we have a token of appreciation.
Yeah.
Oh. Jenny, we'll get our pictures. And Nomi Legaspi.
Oh.
Courtney Elwell.
Sorry.
So again, thank you, our deepest and sincerest thank yous for all your dedication and service.
And thank you for your acknowledgement and recognizing board members, and for those who are here and who are not, for all their work and time. So thank you. All right, so moving on to public comment. Do we have public comment today? Okay. All right, we have a budget hearing. So at this time, the board will temporarily set aside any business to conduct a public hearing on the 2025-2026 budget approved by the Budget Committee on June 3rd, 2025. Do we have any public comment, Jenny? We did not receive any. Okay. So moving on to board reports. So this is an opportunity for board members to share how they are moving the district mission forward. Any volunteers?
I believe we all attended the graduation, was the last one back on June 5th. And then, of course, always try to keep in tune with the city council, City of Woodburn planning committee meetings and city council meetings. And Mayor, I'm going to butcher his name, Longmire?
Lonergan.
A lot, yeah. Anyway, he mentioned that he wanted to do a work session with us, so get some more feedback from the school district on the attendance and the impact on if our attendance of our students is growing or not, because of course they did pass a resolution to provide more affordable housing. So other than that, just enjoying my summer.
All right. I too attended graduation, and there were other schools had events as well, celebrating the end of the school year. And so just celebrating with others. So that's my sharing for today.
Yeah, and I'll just follow up with about the same. I went to the graduation. That was a really special event. And I think I underestimated the impact that has on a person's life. And I don't think I've been to one of those since my own. And so that was a special event. So I'm thankful for that opportunity. Thanks.
I definitely agree with that. Graduation is huge. So my daughter's going to be a senior next year. And so it definitely got things rolling and exciting in our household. Noemi and I have both been on the bargaining committees, and so we have been spending time with the superintendent, attending those meetings as well. So that's been interesting for both of us, spending time on both of those committees as well. So we've been busy with that as well.
Thank you, everyone, for sharing. We will move on to the Office of the Superintendent, who will be sharing about the Oregon Youth Soccer Association lease agreement update.
Yeah, I'm really excited to share about this. We provided an updated board packet on Monday that included the lease agreement. I'm really happy to share that we reached a tentative agreement with the Oregon Youth Soccer Association to lease a portion of our property on Parr Road for the development, the construction, and operation and maintenance of a complex for youth soccer. It's a really state-of-the-art facility that I'm really proud to bring to Woodburn. I think it's going to be a lot of pride for our schools, for our community, provide our students with enhanced athletic facilities, provide us with an opportunity to continue to grow our community engagement by providing space. This is a really, really, I believe, pivotal accomplishment achievement for our district and providing this for this generation and future generations to come. So I'm really pleased with the work that's been done to get us here. It's been countless hours of meetings, of negotiations, of back and forth to land this agreement. But I'm happy to say that we've reached this tentative agreement, and now we're just waiting on final sign off from the Oregon Youth Soccer Association, so we could engage in some of those next steps, which would be the formation of a joint steering committee, and then they'll continue their fundraising efforts to initiate the project.
Thank you.
It'll
By the school district.
Yeah, it'll be a joint committee with representation from the school district and from the Oregon Youth Soccer Association.
There's one thing I forgot to add. Just, I don't know if you're all aware that due to the incident that happened last year with the student being killed by the train, the city of Woodburn has awarded the safety route construction for the new bridge. So and the fencing to help our students walk to school and maybe avoid getting hit in the future by the train. So.
All right, so that's an update. Any questions or discussion around that? All right, well, seeing none, we can move on to confirmation items. So next on the agenda are confirmation items presented as follows. Meeting minutes from May 6, 2025, first budget committee meeting. May 13, 2025, special meeting, May 27, 2025, regular board meeting, June 3rd, 2025. Second budget committee meeting, June 10th, 2025, special board meeting, personnel surplus property disposal report, acceptance of gift and donations, funding proposals and applications, with the give a note, Woodburn High School 4,000. We have any questions?
Chair, I do have two amendments. We need to add Courtney Elwell's name to the May 6, 2025 budget work session and first meeting minutes, as well as the June 3rd, 2025 second budget committee meeting. So two amendments for the minutes.
So, do we have questions? I see some of us are looking through the report. If there were no questions, I would entertain a motion.
And a recommended motion would be to approve the confirmation items as amended.
So I move to adopt the confirmation items as amended.
Is there a second?
I second it.
All in favor of approving confirmation items as amended, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I think that's a 4-0 vote. Oh, 5. Moving on to board action items, new business. We have resolution number 25-004, Woodburn High School kitchen dishwasher and double oven replacement project.
Good evening, school board, superintendent. What you have in front of you is a resolution to replace some kitchen equipment at the high school. There is a oven and a dishwasher unit that need to be replaced up there. They have more than outlived their useful life. We can no longer find parts to fix them. So we are recommending that these be replaced. Of course, as is board policy, anything over the amount of $50,000 needs to be approved by the board. So you are seeing our recommendation in front of you. This was already approved by ODE, their school nutrition department, and these were competitively bid.
Are always these type of replacements on similar situations? I know it's been a while, but are they always under nutritional service funds? Is that just where they live, that this type of thing?
Correct.
Yeah.
Anything to do with the kitchens generally is, unless it's an entire building maintenance sort of thing.
Okay.
Correct.
And what is the year span for these new pieces of equipment? for
I'm
the-
sorry. What was it? One more time?
What's the anticipated lifespan on the dishwashers and the ovens?
Generally it's 10 to 15 years, but we do a really good job of maintaining our equipment, getting them serviced regularly. So we'll probably get 20 to 25 years on these pieces of equipment.
Don't they also come with warranty?
They do, but that's a very short warranty, 1 to 3 years generally.
Did you guys get other bids?
Yes, so all of these received 3 bids.
And this is the lowest, I would presume.
Yes, correct.
And it's quite comparable to what we already have.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's bid out to the specs. So we put out the certain specs that we need to replace the equipment. And then we solicit bids from the kitchen agencies that are out there. These are pretty typical ones. Curtis Restaurant is one that typically bids as well. And so they price it out based on the specs that we give them.
So I know for some nutritional services, we receive reimbursement. Is this something that we get reimbursed for?
So we don't get reimbursed for this, but this comes from the amount that we're reimbursed overall.
Oh,
So our nutrition services fund operates as a standalone. So we get reimbursed for all of our meals that come out of there, whether it's the breakfast program, the lunch program, dinner program, or snack program. And obviously, we're reimbursed for a fixed amount. So anything that's in excess of our cost is what goes to support staffing, replacing equipment, things like this. So the nutrition fund almost operates as a business, if you may, to be able to replace those sorts of things.
thank you. Any other questions? If we have no other questions, this would be a good opportunity to make a motion.
So I move to approve the use of the nutrition service funds and award the contract for the replacement of Woodburn High School combi ovens to Bar Green Ellingson at a cost of $79,903.94, and the dishwasher to Rose Equipment and Supply for $79,401.16.
I second the motion.
All in favor of approving the use of nutrition services funds and award the contract for the replacement of Woodburn High School combi ovens to Bar Green Ellingson at a cost of $79,903.94, and the dishwasher to Rose's Equipment and Supply for $79,401.16. Please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 5-0 vote. Next item is the 2025-2026 Superintendent Evaluation Timeline and Tool.
In your packet, you have a draft of the 2025-26 superintendent timeline. It's really hard to put in dates for this coming school year, but kind of did the best I could, and then worked my way back from the April 1st in the superintendent's contract, and then also took in consideration, because there's that date, and then there's also you have to adopt goals by August 1st. So I took those two and filled in between.
Okay.
Yeah, this could be amended if next school year we see, oh, we might need to adjust something. We could, the board could readopt or revise and readopt. We had to get it in this meeting because you guys approved that in your last timeline. So that's why it's in this meeting.
So this is the timeline, and then we also have to approve the actual tool that will be used.
Yes, so if you look at that first box where it says the June 24th, those are the, you have to formally adopt the evaluation process, standards, and timelines. So this is the timeline and then the process. Depending on what process you adopt, or it may include the standards. So let's say you adopt the OSBA superintendent evaluation tool, that already comes with the standards. So those
Sure.
would be the standards you would use.
So this is just setting the framework, but anything can be amended by the next
Mhm.
board, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Do we have to vote on accepting this at this time? Or do-
Yes. Yes, because last year you included today's meeting date
Right.
as adopting this timeline.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Any thoughts or questions?
So the date, the goal for today is just to review it. We're not,
And voting.
And accept it.
Adopt it.
So you're saying yes by voting, you're saying yes to this. So this is the timeline and then the
Yes, ma'am.
tool, which would be the process.
right? And so I guess, and that's been laid out as an OSBA. They have that tool that can be provided for the board and the superintendent to follow. And is that the tool that we've used this last year?
Yes, correct.
And it can be amended, correct?
Correct.
And so through the OSBA evaluation tool, that standard is then defined for us or
Mhm.
for the superintendent. Okay. So I guess the question is, do we want to come up with an alternative evaluation tool? I think is what I would say no. So yes. But also, I think the targeted feedback survey was not effective and I'd like to strike that. But I don't think we're making those types of decisions today. We're just,
Well, that is part of.
You could if you wanted
but-
to, but yeah, if you don't want to, you can adopt this timeline. So that would be one motion. And then a second motion would be what tool will you use? So that's the process and standard.
Okay.
That would take care of that.
Would you propose an amendment before you, like he's wanting to strike that? Could you propose and vote upon striking that out as an amending of this and then it be adopted? Because that's what I'm hearing you want
or
or not.
You do not want. If you don't have to strike any, on here it says if applicable.
exactly.
So you don't have to strike anything out.
so-
When you make your motion, you can say, I move to use the OSBA superintendent evaluation tool for the 25-26 superintendent evaluation. That's it.
With an opportunity to amend.
So I make a motion that we use the OSBA evaluation tool to define our process standards and timelines for the upcoming school year with the option of amending this with the new
At a future,
school board.
at a future date.
It can be amended.
Yep. Okay.
Is there a second?
I second that.
All in favor of adopting the 2025-2026 superintendent evaluation timeline and tool, please say aye.
Do you have anything to say about it, Rosie? You're on
No.
board. Okay.
Aye.
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 5-0 vote. Moving on to the 2025-2026 budget resolution, number 25-005.
I'd like to just comment that I do appreciate all the work that was put into this packet and the graphics and whatnot. So thank you.
Thank you. I cannot take credit for any of the pictures. None of them are mine. But we have great resources within our district that provide those. What you have in front of you is the proposed budget for the 25-26 fiscal year. Approved, sorry. The approved budget for the 25-26 fiscal year. This starts on July 1 of 2025 and goes through June 30th of 2026. This budget is identical to what you saw at the budget committee meeting. The only difference is items have moved from the proposed column to the approved column. But otherwise, nothing has changed other than those column headers.
Any questions or discussion? So is there a motion?
I make a motion to adopt the 2025 and 2026 Woodburn School Year budget as approved
Okay.
in the budget committee meeting.
Is there a second?
Yeah, I second that.
All in favor of adopting the 2025-2026 Woodburn School District budget, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 5-0 vote.
And so I hate to break it to you, but I also need you to And you could do this all as one motion, you could do it separately. So on the physical resolution, you guys did just the first part here. You actually have to adopt every other piece under that as well. I know, you don't have to read the whole thing under resolution making appropriations, but you do in the other areas. Right, of this one right here.
And so we read each in resolution individually.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's page 41 of your.
Yeah.
Oh, the resolution.
All right. So I
It's
read
a
the
lot.
resolution and then we vote.
Yes, and you can do it all as one, or you can do it separately,
Oh,
whatever
okay.
you
All
choose.
is one, like both resolutions together?
Yep, the whole thing.
Oh, the
So
whole
all
thing.
4 need read separately. So, and then all 4 need to be voted on separately
You
or
can do it
just,
all as one, if
okay.
you so choose. Yes.
Oh.
So it'd be, you do have to read out resolution imposing the tax, all of that underneath. The resolution categorizing the tax and the ending fund balance commitment and policies.
All right. So I move. Oh, wait, but then. Okay, I will go ahead. I move to adopt resolution number 25-005, the resolution adopting the budget. I read that.
You can skip that and do resolution making appropriations.
And then resolutions making appropriations. Moving down towards resolution imposing the tax, which I read.
And then read that one.
Be it resolved that the following ad valorem property taxes are hereby imposed upon the assessed value of all taxable property within the district for tax year 2025-2026 at the rate of 4.5247 per 1,000 of assessed value for permanent rate tax in the amount of $6,436,185 for debt service on general obligation bonds. Okay, Rudy? Resolution categorizing the tax. Be it resolved that the taxes imposed are hereby categorized for purposes of Article, 11, Section 11B as subject to the education limitation, permanent rate tax, 4.5247 per 1,000, excluding from limitation, general obligation bond debt service, 6,436,185, ending fund balance, commitments and policies. Read those as well or just the titles?
Yes, please read it.
Ending fund balance assignments, be it resolved that in compliance with GASB 54, the authority to classify portions of the ending fund balance be granted to the superintendent and the director of business. Spending as it relates to ending fund balance policy. The board of directors considers the spending of the restricted classification of fund balance on purposes for which such funds can be used to occur first when funds are spent for restricted and unrestricted purposes. When unrestricted classification of fund balance are spent, the board will consider that committed amounts will be reduced first, followed by assigned amounts, then unassigned amounts.
Perfect, thank you.
All right. Is there a
I
second?
second the motion.
And all in favor of,
Ah.
can I just say above? Yeah. Okay, all in favor of all of the above that was read, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 5-0
Aye.
vote. Thank you. Okay, so moving on to this is going down. Board calendar. So the next board meeting is July 22nd, 2025, which is the organizational July meeting with a tentative time of 5:45 p.m.
Is this based on all the surveys that you sent out?
The doodle poll was for the board retreat. This one was just, it's gonna happen at 5:45 on the 22nd. Everybody can attend. it'll happen.
Oh, tentative, did you mean the date is that?
Send me the
Oh,
date,
got it.
but it's confirmed now.
Okay, oh, got it. All right, moving on to executive session.
45 minutes.
So at this time, we will recess the regular meeting for an executive session pursuant to 192.6602D to conduct deliberations with persons designated by the governing body to carry on labor negotiations.